Hey guys, welcome back. So we have a new live from Luke Belmar. If you haven't already, join the Discord server, the Luke Belmar Discord. Link is in the description. All right, let's get right into it.
I wonder how many people join. We haven't done a live in 6 months. In fact, I've only done, I think, maybe 2 or 3 podcasts in the last year. We're about to come back to the content game bigger and stronger than ever before. We're actually at the airport. I'm in Turkey right now. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters practicing Ramadan this month. I know it's a little bit intense, but you guys are crushing it. We're headed to our next destination. We are headed to a new country that we've never been to, and it's going to be pretty sick. Now, when it comes to building a business online, and when it comes to really understanding how to dominate the internet, as I've done over the last couple of years, there's 3 things that you need to remember. Write these 3 things down. These 3 things are going to guarantee your ability to succeed in any business endeavor that you have. Number 1 is intensity, how hard you go at something. Number 2 is extensity, how long you go towards your endeavor. It's not just about how intense you are at the action that given day, but it's about the consistency. And then finally, it's going to be your repetition. So it's how intensely you do something, for how long you do it, and the frequency of input of your action. For example, if you only go hard in your business 1 hour, 2 hours a day, then there's no longevity, there's no consistency in that. So these are the 3 things that I've been practicing: consistency, longevity, and just a massive amount of stamina. What I've decided though, as somebody that makes money on the internet, is that travel's dope, travel's cool, but what's even more important is your ability to lock in. So in 2025, we're going to be locking in. We have a lot of things that we're trying to accomplish. There's a lot of goals that we're trying to see come into fruition. And I need you guys to stay tuned. We have a couple new things rolling out around crypto, around e-commerce, around entrepreneurship that are going to be very exciting for all of you guys. All of these things are going to be readily available to you over the coming months. We've been working on them for quite some time. But as I said, I don't really go live on Instagram. I should do it more often, but better than this is start pumping out more content on YouTube. But with that being said, shout out to you guys. Give a little comment in the recent post if you haven't already, and we'll continue crushing it. Now, I want to ask a question real quick. Let me know where you guys are from. I'm very curious where you guys are from, where you guys are joining us from. We're going to talk about so I'm pivoting a lot in business myself, how we run our businesses, how I run my brand, how I run my investment portfolios. A lot of things are changing, and there's a specific mindset attached to those changes, and I wanted to share those with you today. I know a lot of you guys are trying to start the year off with massive business success, a lot of personal growth, but you lack the framework that is necessary in order to achieve these things. And this is something that I've been thinking about for quite some time. Now, as somebody that's been able to make money in their life and has been able to build a business online and has been able to go from zero to a place where I'm financially set for the rest of my life, it comes down to having a plan. And most of you guys have entered 2025 without a plan. You've entered without a plan. You don't have a reason to be existing this year except surviving or doing what you've been doing before. Now, if you operate out of a state of survival, you're always going to be in a state of fight or flight response. You're never going to be in a state of equanimity. Equanimity, by definition, means peace of the soul, calmness of the soul. And if you want to make hardcore decisions, if you want to be a killer in the game, you can't be operating out of emotion. You need to be operating out of abundance. You need to be operating out of a place where the universe gives you what you ask. And as I began framing 2025 for myself, I realized that I was operating out of a place of either desire, wanting more money, wanting more things. I was operating out of a place of uncertainty, testing different things without having clear alignment or purpose. And what I had to do was take a step back. And in business, they often tell you to move forward and move forward and move forward and move forward. but they never tell you to stop. And one of the most important things that I've done is to stop, to think, to evaluate what it is that I'm doing, where it is that I'm going, who do I want to enjoy life with, what do I want to do, what do I want to accomplish. And unless I have these predetermined goals aligned, I'm never going to succeed. I'm always going to feel like I'm lost. Now, if you want to feel like somebody that's lost, then have no plan. If you want to feel like somebody that's lost, then have no direction. This is exactly why you feel the way that you feel. It's a natural byproduct of the life that you've decided to operate under. So, set up a plan. And number 2, focus on what compounds. In your life, many times, you don't focus on the things that compound. You focus on the things that are easy. You focus on the path of least resistance. I do it myself in my businesses. I mean, you have a checklist of things that you're supposed to do, and you end up doing the things that are less important or less beneficial or less productive towards your end goal. You need to focus on the things that compound. If you're a content creator, focus on content. If you're an entrepreneur, focus on learning skills that make you well-rounded. If you're a CEO, learn leadership. If you're a mother, learn how to take care of your kids better. If you're a father, learn how to take care of your children, learn how to raise them. I mean, the levels of mastery extend beyond just business, and they translate to every area of your life when it comes to intentionality. The focus that is necessary in order to accomplish your goals, and by focus, right? What is focus? Focus is the intent, the intentional input towards action, effort, and energy directed towards a specific goal. Focus is required. And sometimes focus is something that you can't break for an extended period of time. An extended period of time. You can't just break your focus and then assume that you're going to achieve your goal. Let's talk about a football match. It lasts 90 minutes. If the team loses focus after the first half, you're probably going to lose the game. Focus starts and finishes when the mission is accomplished. And most of you guys focus in the beginning and then get distracted. And I tell you this because I do it myself. I'd be a lot further in my career. I'd have a lot more money. I'd have more connections. I have so much more things. I'd be in a different place if I just chose to focus better. So it's important for you to be in a situation where not only do you focus, but you have a plan. So you set a destination and you focus towards doing the consistent set of actions that will allow you to accomplish it. And when you begin to evaluate the beauty of this input and this work that you're supposed to do, you realize that your goals are actually attainable. You can actually accomplish what you set out to accomplish. You don't have to live in fear. You don't have to live in a state whereby you feel like you're always in scarcity. No, you know the destination. You know where you're going, and now you know the things that you're supposed to do to get there. And unless you're able to be consistent, focus, and have a plan, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to feel the same way that you feel right now, which is what? Lost, confused, disoriented. Now, when you're disoriented, what you need to do is stop. When you feel lost, what you need to do is stop. You can't just be running around with your head chopped off thinking that you're being productive. It doesn't work that way. Not being productive in any way, shape, or form. Somebody said, is this scripted? No, it's not scripted. Fucking just talking off the top of my dome, brother, like we always do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But anyways, here we are in the airport of Turkey on our way to the next country. Over the last 2 years, we've been traveling all over the world, interacting with some of the most brilliant minds in business, entrepreneurship, biohacking, finance, and putting together what I believe is going to be one of the greatest internet communities in the world. Now, as you guys know, we've been building Capital Club for quite a few years now, and Capital Club's focus will be moving towards physical events. I think I visited over 4,000 entrepreneurs in 2024 in about 9 different countries. And the similarity between all of them is they wanted in-person connections. They wanted people to connect and network in person. They didn't want to do it over the internet. They didn't want to do it over Zoom. They wanted in real life experiences. And Capital Club, as one of the single greatest internet communities to ever been born, is facilitating that this year. It's going to be really cool for its members. Capital Club, however, is closed, so if you aren't part of it, you won't be able to join. Next is we have something cooking very special for the e-commerce community. Something I've been working on that initiated in 2019 that will be coming to fruition for many of you in the coming months. Partnered with the best in the game and revealing a nice little comeback to something cool that we built many years ago. It's on the horizon. And as you guys know, I made a lot of money in crypto ever since 2016, buying Bitcoin for under $600. And we decided to put together a free community because a lot of people, this is the biggest question that I get in my comments and in my DMs is, Luke, how do I get started with crypto? How do I buy Bitcoin? How do I buy Ethereum? How do I buy Solana? I see you making money and it's real because the market's going up. How do I get started? So I put together a free group called Gem Hunters. It's the link is in my bio. You can access it completely free. You don't need to do anything. It doesn't cost $1 and you'll be good to go. Now, I did this specifically so that I could create an environment where people could converse and where I could bring the best experts that I know, convene them together, and not having to answer my DMs all day regarding basic questions. So I put this together for you guys. The link is in the bio. You can join. And we've been absolutely crushing it. I think yesterday, let me see if I can find it. I think yesterday we did a crazy trade on Bitcoin. Let me see if I can find it. Let me post it right here. Can I post it? Does it work? No, it doesn't work. It's not fully framed. But anyways, it's like a 50% gain on Bitcoin on a trade that we did from 79,000 all the way to 90 plus thousand. It did quite well. We made some good money for the community. So if you want to join, you're interested in crypto, link in bio there. But as I said, we're beginning to move around the world and learning what is it that entrepreneurs enjoy, what is it that entrepreneurs want inside of their kind of toolkit of business, and one of them is relationships and networking at a deep level. And that's something that Capital Club, not to its own profit or its own advantage, but more so to the advantage of the community, traveling this fucking world and like hosting events and meeting entrepreneurs is a lot more complicated and a lot more tough to put together and execute than you might imagine. Some of our elite events for our club members, they take about 6 to 8 months to plan. It's quite aggressive. But at the end of the day, it's the purpose that I've been set out for, is to help entrepreneurs. Now, the second thing, as I said, that we're working on, it'll be launching very soon, is something for the e-commerce community. As you guys know, one of the ways that I started making money online, apart from crypto, was e-com. And e-com really facilitated my ability to invest into the markets and be able to understand marketing, persuasion, supply chain, marketing, team management, and so much more. It wasn't just e-com that I learned, it was all the preliminary and outlining skills that e-commerce gave you. I want to make sure I bring that to you in the next coming months. Somebody said, why not flying private? I'm not sure if you can fly private from where I am to where I'm going. It's like a 15-hour flight. Do jets go 15 hours? Maybe some, maybe the top ones, but a 15-hour flight nonetheless. Quite hard to find one of those. But anyways, my friends, I wanted to come on here and just recalibrate perspectives, recalibrate the goals, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So as a recap, if you want to succeed in business, there's 3 things that need to match in symbiosis across the board. You need intensity, right? How hard do you go at something? You need extensity, how long you go towards your endeavor. So how hard you go towards an action, for how long you go, and then obviously you have your consistency, which is the set of repetitions. Repetition, intensity, and consistency will dictate your ability to control your outcome in business, in life, and pretty much anything that has to do with reality. Intensity, extensity, and repetition. It's the name of the game. Hopefully you find that valuable and that you can apply it to your business. Yeah, I guess we should do more. Should we do more YouTube videos? Let me know in the comment section. We have quite a bit of people here. We have more people here than the average famous individual, and we haven't even scheduled this. What type of content would you guys like to see on YouTube? I've been thinking about bringing this back in the next month or so, but I would definitely like your opinion. What type of content? Not just yes, of course yes. I haven't made a vlog in 2 years. I haven't made a vlog in 2 years. Crazy, huh? Crazy that you can make no content for 2 years and still become one of the most famous people in the world if you understand distribution and marketing. Somebody said, what happened to the water testing in Ohio? Oh, you'd be surprised. That was a long time ago. What happened is they sent us false reports. We got threatened, and it wasn't a good situation, so we had to take it down. Some BlackRock shit. But anyways, lifestyle. Yeah, somebody said lifestyle. I haven't shown much of my life. I have come to realize that I have to. It's just part of the internet and part of the equation. So we're going to start doing a lot more day in the life content here in the next month or so. When I get back to my house, we're going to start crushing out content regarding crypto. We're going to start talking about marketing and entrepreneurship. I'm going to teach you guys how to build and scale a business. Now, I haven't built and scaled a business to 100 million, but I can teach you how to scale a business to 10, to 20, to 30, because I've accomplished these things. And I wouldn't say I'm the best entrepreneur in the world. In fact, I'm very far from the best. I'm not a trader. I'm not even the best content creator. I'm none of these things. But what I figured out is one thing. What I figured out is how to make the internet give you attention, how to utilize the free resources that the internet has in order to make money, whether you're an e-com brand, whether you're a personal brand, whether you have a service, a product, a physical business, it doesn't matter. You should be leveraging the internet. And I leverage the internet better than almost any person has ever used the internet at all when it comes to building a business online, because we built an 8-figure business with 8 figures in net profit across the board of the portfolio with 0 ad spend. 8 figures net profit with 0 ad spend. And these things are obviously replicatable in a certain scale, and if you utilize the principles that we'll be talking about when we get back on YouTube, I think they'll be very beneficial to you. All right, let's read some of these comments. How old is everybody, by the way? Maybe advice would be relevant to age range. Drop your age real quick. Somebody said, how's your golf game? It's actually quite good. I haven't shown people playing sports. I haven't shown people my life. I haven't shown people anything. I think the most you've seen is just a couple clips of me walking around the world, and maybe a couple clips of me talking on some podcast or talking to people, but probably about and most of the videos that you're seeing right now are actually filmed in 2023. So who you see today is obviously a different iteration than the content that you see. I've just been a little bit hesitant to put out more content because obviously there's other things that we're up to, investing, traveling, and I don't want content creation to feel like a chore. You know what I mean? I want it to feel like something that I enjoy doing, and I don't do things that I don't enjoy doing. It's pretty much kind of like the name of the game. But here we are traveling around the world. This is my suitcase, by the way, my entire setup for travel. A suitcase and a backpack. That's all we travel with. I've been traveling with this shit for like months. 3 t-shirts. That's why you guys see my same shit always. 3 t-shirts, 2 pairs of pants. Basically homeless when I'm traveling the world. I don't like traveling heavy. But yeah, I think the most important thing to understand right now is that we're entering a situation where the internet is not stopping. It's only growing. You're spending more time on the internet than ever before. People are using it more than ever before. It's becoming more addictive, more hooked, more like hook content driven. So once you come into the internet, like you're stuck. Like they know how to loop you very well. And I don't like that, right? I don't like being in a situation where I'm not utilizing the internet to make money. Why the fuck am I here? Do you think I'm here just to hang out? No. Do you think I'm here just to get famous? Not at all. I'm here to build businesses. I'm here to leverage the internet so that I can make money. And I think that right now, if you're utilizing the internet just for satisfaction, and you're not using it in any way, shape, or form, and you don't have to use it completely, right? You don't have to be a nerd on the internet 24/7, but you should be leveraging the internet towards your business. If you're young and you don't have a business, utilize social media to build a profile so when you outreach to people, you look like somebody commendable. You look like somebody worth talking to. Sometimes I get DMs from people, often, and they're like, hey, Luke, would love to sit down and chat. Or, hey, I would like to do this for you. And then I begin to realize by looking at these people's profile that they're not actually serious. They don't even have a developed profile. There's nothing to go off of, right? There's nothing to go off of. So build your profile, because everybody has a personal brand or a brand, even if the brand is something that you're building. You could, not know the CEO of a business, but if the business is well known, you'll get credentials and credibility. So for example, if there's a random guy sitting down and you didn't know who he was, you probably wouldn't put respect on his name. But if I told you he's the CEO of Pepsi and you just didn't know what he looked like, the brand of Pepsi would give him credibility. Same way for you, you need to be able to build that credibility, whether it's through your personal brand, through your network, through your business, something that gives you accolades or results. Now, it's very clear and very evident by 2,000 people off of a random live stream watching my content that I've cracked virality. I've cracked understanding how to make money and how to drive attention and eyeballs on the internet better than most. And this obviously doesn't come by luck. It comes from many, many years of consistent effort towards a specific endeavor. Now, let me read some questions. Somebody said, does your satire content generate views? Of course, we push all of our content, whether it's satire, whether it's memes, whether it's of value, anything that has the ability to catch attention, we push. So anything and everything that you see on the internet regarding Luke Belmar is most likely pushed by Luke Belmar or by Luke Belmar's team. And we do this because eyeballs are very cheap. So, yeah, sometimes it's okay. Catch a little laugh in order to get 1 billion views. No issue whatsoever. We know how to play business. But next. Damn, you guys are asking like the most random questions too. How would you scale a cleaning business? Does anybody here have a physical business or no? Does anybody have a physical business or a digital business? What do you guys do? Somebody said, what do you earn with so many viewers? Probably like 8 figures a year net profit across the businesses and the portfolios. It's quite good. But once again, I don't have a course. It doesn't exist. I don't have a mentorship program. It doesn't exist. Any and all money generated by Capital Club, most of it, if not all, most of it, I think, at least 80 to 90% has been recycled back into the business. So we haven't really monetized our business much. YouTube ads are turned off. We don't monetize YouTube. So yeah, I've just been able to make money in business and in my investment portfolios and in my family office, whereby I haven't needed to do these things. But I do think that a lot of courses out there may be of value. But you have to just learn from people that have succeeded before in that specific thing. So I don't have an issue with them. In fact, I would highly advise them as long as they're not really expensive. A couple $100, $1,000. I mean, not much of an issue at all. So I don't preach against them. You just have to find the right ones. Most people in life, they think that they're just going to learn everything for free on YouTube. And even though there's like a lot of shit on YouTube, there's also a lot of filtering that you have to do. And you have to remember that YouTube is mostly used as a content library. So it's not a filter of whether something is legit or not, or good or not. It's about just a vast amount of information that you have to siphon through. That's why courses, mentorships, they're like a good thing. I preach for them and not against them. I have a lot of buddies that have mentorship in e-com that I support. I have a lot of buddies in e-com that have courses, drop shipping courses, people that have all sorts of shit, right? People sell information all the time. But if you guys ask me how I've been able to make my money, I don't sell courses. And don't sell mentorships. I think the last mentorship call that I ever took was with Anthony Eclipse. I think it was like 2020 or 2021. I haven't done a mentorship call in over 3 years. And he ended up becoming a multimillionaire, which is really cool. But obviously mentorship is not about making money, it's about success stories, right? Because that's where the sauce is when your mentees eventually become your partners, not when they cut you a quick check. I don't like that shit. But I think you guys need to really be investing into your self-education. If you're going to school, spending time in school, but not spending time or money or investing into further development, you're dumb. You need to develop further. The fallacy that the moment you leave school is the moment where your brain turns off from any sort of learning or self-development is one of the most dangerous things that can ever happen to you. The moment you leave school is the moment where you get to study and learn the shit that you like. You think your fucking teacher knows how to make money? No. Your principal? No. Your parents? Likely they don't. So all these things that you want to learn that you haven't been taught, you need to learn yourself. You need to learn them. It's like, what are you going to do, skip the steps? I made a video a couple years ago. People made fun of it. But as I went back to Colorado and relived the experience, the video is more true than ever. Who here has done any sort of extreme sports or snow sports or done some crazy shit, whether it's surfing, snowboarding, skiing, paragliding? Give me a little fire emoji if you've done any of these sports. And I want to run you guys through a principle that I shared many years ago, but that I think is relevant today. Have any of you guys done any of these extreme sports? Do it in the comment section, by the way. In the comment section is better. I can't really see any side emojis. Just comment right here if you've done any, and just let me know which sport that you've done too. Because I want to get a little bit of perspective that you guys understand what I'm about to say. So, I started snowboarding a couple years ago, and after I would say 2-3 weeks going up and down the slopes, I had a really bad shoulder accident. I fucked up my shoulder. I fell. It hurt really bad, and it's still in recovery. It's been 2 years. And what I realized after going back on the mountain this last week, being shaky, being afraid, being concerned of whether am I going to get hurt again, I realized that there's certain things in life that you can't fake. You can't fake being good at something, especially when you're on the mountain, Put the skis on, put the snowboard, grip it to your feet, and that's a true testament once you start going down of whether you've prepared for difficulty or whether you've actually just been a poser. Somebody said boxing. Same shit, right? Same shit. Everybody can, and you see it, it's so funny. Do you guys see the comment sections of all the fighting videos, these clips that are sick, right? These guys just air boxing in a really fast way, hitting a punching bag. Do you guys read the comments where everybody's criticizing? Everybody's saying, oh, you could have done it this way, that way, this way, that way. But then you grab that person who made the suggestion or the nice comment, and you put them actually in the ring, and you realize that they just talk a lot. And in life, you can't just talk. In the ring, you can't just talk. When you're doing things that require real effort and dedication, you can't be fake. And on the internet, you have the ability to kind of pretend to be a persona, but you don't want to pretend to be a persona. And the reason you don't want to pretend is because pretend doesn't equal profit. Pretend only equals fucking trying to impress random people on the internet. So you have to get better in order to make more money. You have to develop new skills in order to take on new challenges. And I learned this, as I was going down the mountain. I'm like, fuck, bro, I haven't snowboarded in 2.5 years. No wonder I'm shit. No wonder I'm afraid going fast. And the lack of consistency towards a simple thing like a hobby pans out to the rest of your life. If you don't work on business for 2 years, you're probably going to suck. If you don't look at the crypto charts for 2 years, you're probably going to be uninformed and left out. So it's really important to go all in. And when you go all in, you focus on not just going all in, but attached to going all in, you focus on ensuring that what you do is of the highest order. So you take the skill that you want to learn and you go all in and you learn it. And you realize that when it's all said and done, that you're going to be better off by mastering the skill that is required to give you success. Not faking it, not half-assing it, realizing that there's a real ROI attached to your study, there's a real ROI attached to your physical discipline, there's a real ROI attached to your ability to network with other individuals. And when you actually invest real energy and time into these things, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. All right, let's read a couple more. Let's read some questions here. Somebody said, what's on the screen behind you? Let's see what's on the screen. Is that in Turkish? I think that's in Turkish. Well, why is this shit so zoomed in? Yeah, I think that's Turkish. I think it's like Ramadan greetings. But anyways, how is it that we have 2,000 people here? This shit's fire, bro. I should be doing this more often, huh? Is Jade watching? Oh shit, you know what? It's funny. You know what's funny? It's telling me who's actually watching in real time. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to Julio. Shout out to Sasha. So many people here. Crushing. Anyways. All right, what do we talk about? Guys, I have 5 hours here at the airport, but I'm only going to give this 15 minutes, all right? We got 18 minutes. So stay tuned in with me for 18 minutes. What do we cover? What do we talk about? Anything. The world is yours. Choice is yours. When will you be exploring the African map? Starting tomorrow, my friend. Headed to Africa. Every single continent. Extrapolating the energy. Understanding how these cultures work. Bringing them all together. And learning. So I think we've hit every continent except Antarctica this year already. We're all fucking all the way down in Patagonia, then Argentina, Colombia. We were in Asia. Haven't done Europe yet. So I haven't done Europe this year yet. Did it last year. All right, let's read some of this stuff. Okay, talk about gem hunters. Should I tell you guys why I started gem hunters? I think that might be a good one. Who in here is or isn't in Gem Hunters, which is the free crypto community I put together? Let's see here. I'm trying to read these questions. They're going too fast. Yeah, we're starting off in South Africa. We're starting off our trip in South Africa. It's going to be really sick. We're doing the second Capital Club event of the year in South Africa. The first one that we're doing the first one that we already did was in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I think it was in January. Second event is going to be taking place in March. There's going to be 2 events, one for Capital Club members, and then the second one is going to be for general entrepreneurs in South Africa, because it's such a remote place. It's so far out of the way. It's very hard to create networking experiences and masterminds in those locations. So be on the lookout. It'll be for a select few. Probably come over to my house and have a good time. But I'm getting asked such random questions. Let's get some good questions. Somebody said, come visit, Brownie said, come visit us in the Ukraine finally. I was supposed to go to the Ukraine, but shit went south. How's the Ukraine? Ukraine's crazy, bro. Are you still connected with the Tate brothers? Yeah, I talked to them, I think like last week, 2 weeks ago. We're working on something together. Didn't end up going through, but a couple weeks ago. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna be traveling for about a month. One more month. We're gonna be crushing not just some travels, but I really want to get back into this content game. Wait, did I let somebody on? Who the,
Oh shit,
how did I let you on?
bro. I don't know. I didn't know how the fuck I got on this.
That
What's
shit's
going on,
random.
brother?
I just said your name, bro, and you just
That's
showed
so
up
fucking
random.
weird.
I did not even invite you.
Bro, I didn't even press accept, bro. I just look at my phone and it's connecting. That's so
What's
fucking
crazy is
weird.
that you're an absolute G and people wouldn't even know.
Listen, my brother,
That's
we gotta catch up
that's
soon.
how you're supposed to keep it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Good to see you, brother.
Likewise, bro. I'll catch you soon.
Peace.
I don't know how that was added. That kid's a savage, though. Big savage. Um, are there any influential women you suggest learning from? I haven't tapped in much into the female content creation space, specifically around self development or personal growth or business. Wouldn't be able to tell you. Should we talk crypto? Should we talk ecom? Should we talk entrepreneurship? Talk to me. What are we talking about? I I should invite these people that ask these dumbass questions to just go live with me so we can see what they actually look like. Okay, let me invite these people. If you see me inviting you and you make a dumb comment, accept it so we can all look at you. All right, let's start talking. Should we talk about mindset? Oh, he declined. Somebody made a dumb comment and they declined. It looks like they didn't want to get roasted in person. If you make a dumb comment, I should just invite you to come live to make the dumb comment in person. Somebody said your watch name. Don't worry about it. What makes somebody a savage in life? Hmm. What makes somebody a savage in life? Well, define savage. I would presume that your definition of savage is somebody that when you observe them, they have their life well put together, they are dominant in their field of expertise, and that they are overall well rounded. And the way that you accomplish this is by focusing, like I said before, on the things that compound, things that compound. Many times we focus and we compound on things that make us worse and not better, whether it's your diet, whether it's your relationships, what you listen to. It doesn't make you better. To become better, it requires one word: intentionality. To become a person that lives not by chance, but by design, it requires intentionality. Now, there's a couple foundational skills that you need to be intentional towards learning in order to succeed. I'll take a couple from Naval Ravikant, and then I'll mention a couple of ones additionally that I've kind of brewed up into the equation. But number one, you need to learn sales because your ability to learn sales will dictate your ability to make money. Every business is in the business of selling a product or a good or a service. You need to learn how to sell. Two is persuasion. It's not just about selling, but it's about the ability to convince people to partake in your product, your journey, your service. And the next one is going to be content. You need to master content, whether it's for your business, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for your brand. Content, the ROI attached to content is huge because you want to do things that have. I have to cut my smokers, bro. Crazy. Always talking loud. They haven't learned it's Ramadan, bro. Should be quiet this time of the day. Just kidding. Uh, anyways, content, sales, persuasion, and then the fourth one is the vehicle that you pick. So it's not just about really being good in business. It's about the business that you pick. Because if you work really hard, but the vehicle is the wrong one, you're not going to succeed. Like, think about it. If you're in a race and you pick the car that is slowest, it doesn't matter how intentional you are. It doesn't matter how skilled you are. You're only as good as the speed and the quality of the machine. So you need to find something that is a vehicle that allows you to make money in a faster proportion than what you're currently using to make money. So if you're working a job, there's better ways to make money. Okay. If you have a small, you know, freelancer business, there's more ways and better ways to make money. You just have to find a better vehicle. And the better vehicle doesn't mean a different niche. It sometimes mean you need to optimize. I find there to be a couple vehicles to build in and a couple vehicles to make money in that are that are insanely over leveraged compared to other niches. Now we hear this idea of social media marketing agencies, SMMA. We've seen content creators talk about it. SMMA is a joke, right? For most people, you have to be a wizard of media, of paid ads, of paid traffic, of social platforms. And I know some. They're very few and far in between. And usually the people that don't do quality work for themselves run agencies. Because if you knew how to run ads or run your own shit, why would you do it for somebody else? You'd probably do it for yourself. So there are some really high quality SMMA agencies, but most of them are shit. So the SMMA model is bullshit. I wouldn't learn from it. I wouldn't invest in it. I think it's a scam. You can learn it by yourself. I would go learn how to run ads. I would go learn how to build customer acquisition vehicles apart from that directly. And then if you want to run an agency, so be it. But I wouldn't learn how to run an agency. I would learn the skills that make somebody useful to sell services, which is an agency. But anytime I've ever considered selling a service, it's always come from a deep level of experience. So why would I run e-com ads, right, for a brand exclusively if I didn't even run one for myself? Usually most people that I know that are running ads have run ads for themselves before or are currently still running ads for themselves. Somebody that's fully and completely selling you the idea of going and building an agency is bullshit. So put whatever name you want behind that. Moving on, the high leverage opportunities. So if it's not social media marketing agency, then what are your high leverage vehicles? We'll talk about a couple of them. Number one is e-commerce. E-commerce, and I've said it since 2017, and I'll continue saying it till this day, and I posted about it last week on Twitter. E-com is one of the highest leverage skills and highest leverage businesses that you can enter. Now, not because it's easy, because I don't think it's easy. Scaling is fucking complicated. Supply chain is not easy. Scaling ads is not easy. Making creatives is not easy. Like it can get easy, you can get good at it, but when you're just getting started, damn, that's fucking hard, bro. I remember when I first got started, I was selling with fucking picture ads that I made on Canva back in the day. I remember my first e-com sale ever. I think it was like a bracelet, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong. But I remember it was a picture ad that I made on Canva. I ran some no targeting ads and I got my first sale. I think my first sale was like 19 bucks. I didn't understand anything about fulfillment. I didn't understand anything about supply chain. I had to go find some random supplier on Alibaba and manually buy the product and put the shipping address as my customer's address instead of my own. That was like the birth of my drop shipping. It was very fucking raw. It was true drop shipping. No supply chain, no 3PLs, no fucking payment processing solutions, no chargeback solutions. This was back in the day when this shit was brand new. But ecom taught me foundational skills on how to run multiple businesses. And if you're young, what you want to do is start in a business that allows you and teaches you multidisciplinary skills, multi-chain skills, skills that translate into other areas of life. Let me give you an example. Let's say with e-commerce, which I find to be one of the best models to make money today, low risk, high reward. You know, we talk about crypto. I'm a big crypto guy, but fuck, bro, crypto's high risk. We know this, right? You put in 100 grand. It doesn't matter. You put in 100 grand, market can move 20% in a day. Losing 20,000, 15,000 on a portfolio in a day is a fuck ton of money. You can't just venture into crypto risk free, but you can enter into e-com pretty much risk free. In fact, you don't even have to run ads. You can just have some sort of creator program on TikTok or affiliate shops, or in fact, you don't even have your own product. You find somebody else's product and you sell it. So there's a lot of opportunity today, but most of these opportunities are squandered in lack of consistency or in poor models. And these poor models, what they end up doing is they end up creating friction for you to make your first dollar and really create the basic foundation for you to be free. I remember my first kind of like feeling of freedom was when I made $1,000 net profit in a day. When I made $1,000 net profit in a day, I realized that everything was possible. Everything was possible. Because if I could make $1,000 in a day, then I could probably do it again and again and again. So I finally felt confidence. And that's what you need to do is you need to develop the confidence to keep on winning. Winning is only built by confidence. When I trade really poorly, I lose my confidence. I need to stop trading. When I'm not doing well in business, I stop. And the lack of confidence usually comes from the lack of preparation. Most of you are uncertain because you're not prepared. Most of you are uncertain because you're in a state of vulnerability. When you're in control, when you're in charge, your dynamic is going to be different. And ecom can teach you these basic skills, whether it's learning supply chain, team management, customer service, advertising, delivery of goods, managing physical products, managing a balance sheet, running finances, understanding how to run the basics of coding or design that you're going to need for your store. Uh, and and the list goes on and on. And all of these things can translate into other businesses. When it comes to crypto, yeah, like you can learn some stuff, but the risk is really high and it's a very niche space. So what you learn usually either stays in the space um, or isn't necessarily translatable. When it comes to e-commerce, it's less risky and you do have the ability to kind of scale on that front. And when I spent a lot of time in 2024 with entrepreneurs all over the world, whether it's Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Bali, Paris, London, Italy, the US, Mexico, fuck, the list goes on and on. I've been all over the place this last year. We did London. I think we did London too. Did I do London this year? This last year? Yeah, we did an event in London. It was pretty sick. And the biggest thing that I learned is that 70 to 80% of these entrepreneurs are in ecom and they're successful. So why wouldn't I tell people to sell online? It just makes complete sense. Now, e-commerce, and we need to be very intelligent about defining what is e-commerce. E-commerce is electronic commerce. It's not about selling physical goods and delivering them to somebody's front porch. That's just a part of e-com. That's some shop online that delivers products, whether it's a white label, whether it's straight pure drop shipping, whether it's a brand. E-commerce with physical products is just a component. You can have e-commerce with digital products. You could be a fitness creator and have an ab routine PDF and sell that. That's e-commerce. You could have a course and sell it online. That's e-commerce. That's electronic commerce. The whole point is you got to fucking be selling online, dude. You got to be selling online. And you're not going to be able to sell online if you don't understand that selling online doesn't come from desire of making money, but it comes as a byproduct of learning the skills in the game. I'm here sitting next to the smokers lounge. So many smokers. I should probably move. Anyways, so if you're still trying to figure out what to venture in, e-commerce as a business profession. If you're looking for a job, I think the highest ROI place to get a job is in the crypto space. Whether you're a moderator, whether you're a community manager, whether you're a developer, whether you're a marketer, as a job, you'll get paid in higher proportion for those same skills than you would elsewhere. Let's say you run, moderation for a gaming server or an e-com server. You might get paid 1,000, 1,500 a month. In crypto, you can probably get paid double. And if you have multi-skills or multi-language kind of bundle, probably charge more. The point is you can make money online. Electronic commerce isn't about just selling your services. You can sell your time. And most of you guys right now have to start by selling your time. So you want to sell it for them. highest dollar possible. All right, I'm reading the comments. Luke, you mentioned e-commerce, and what other industries or niches do you think are currently under-monetized online, and how do you go about capitalizing on them? First is you need to become the best at what you do. You need to become respected in the space. And what that means is even in e-com, you'll get access to better suppliers, you'll get access to better rates, you'll get access to um, better partnerships or products that aren't necessarily readily available for everybody merely by connection. It's really important. It's really, really important to not only crush it when it comes to ecom, but also understanding that it's the skills that you learn. I continue to emphasize this because it's a key point. Ecom, you could leave one day because you no longer care about it, or your store is sold, or you no longer want to build it, and translate those skills somewhere else. Somebody said, "Why are you smoking weed again?" I'm quitting weed, my friends. Don't get in on it. It's just a couple posts. We're on vacation. Don't take it too seriously. Let's see what else we got here. Too many questions or too much shit here. Let's see some questions here. How do you protect your energy in a 9 to 5? Or do you mean how do you protect your energy in a 9 to 5, or how do you protect your energy from a 9 to 5? From a 9 to 5, it's inevitable because everybody at some point, if you're broke, you're gonna end up working a job. But if your goal is to, sorry, too many comments here. I can't even scroll. I lost the question, guys. Oh well. Somebody said, "How did you learn how to speak?" I guess just talking, bro. Too much, huh? No, I used to do sales, and before many of you knew me on the internet, dude, I was doing these lives for what, 30, 40 people back in the day. So we've grown exponentially, and yeah. Do you work a job to fund your business ventures? Initially, if you're broke, you want to have a job to fund your business ventures. When I first got started in e-com and in crypto, the money came from a job. The money didn't come from some sort of fairy internet tale that, I come from a rich family. I'm still looking for that rich family member. I wish I had a rich family member. I wish my grandfather was a billionaire. I promise you I wouldn't be here. That's fucking ridiculous. Anyways, um, Moritz asked, when is enough money? So when is enough money, or what is enough money? So when is enough money? Enough money is when you have the ability to say, do whatever you want and whenever you want. When you have time freedom to literally just sit down and work on other things outside of business and making money. So it's the gap between responsibility and pleasure. That's freedom. Like that big gap, and the more of a gap that you create by minimizing your expenses and increasing your income, the more gap you create for freedom. So it's not really a money amount. It more so has to do with the lifestyle. I live a very expensive lifestyle. uh, million plus every couple months in expenses. Fucked. So when is money enough for me? Well, I need to make more, right? Because I spend a lot. But if you don't spend a lot, then you don't need to make a lot. But if you want to increase your lifestyle, I would say, depending on your expenditure, you need to be saving a couple $1,000s a month minimum every single month in order to create that cushion. So if you're just getting started, you have no money, you have no direction, you need to create that pillow, that comfort that'll give you the ability to then pioneer, whether it's on a business, reselling, making more money, sales, whatever it is. You need to create that time space. That time space is created by reducing your expenses, increasing your income, and making sure that gap is as wide enough as possible so that you can focus specifically on things that don't entail business and things that entail personal development or other areas or hobbies that you want to enjoy. Because life isn't all about business. Life isn't all about money. Life isn't all about your three-dimensional success. There's so many other things that need to be in check. I was talking with a buddy the other day who made $10 million, I think almost $10 million on Trump coin. 10 million. A little bit under. But he's fat as fuck. Yeah. So the conversation was never really about the money that we had. It was, hey, how now that I have money, how do I control the other areas of my life that money will help me improve? And if you're making money and all your focus is to make more money, then you're never going to become a multi-skilled individual. You're always going to be very one-dimensional, single-focused, single-oriented. And it doesn't matter if your single focus is fitness, if your single focus is a relationship, or your single focus is money. If you only have a single focus, then you're not going to be able to be well-rounded. And being well-rounded in this world is what's going to set you apart, and make the difference between you and your competitors. If you speak multiple languages, you have a better edge at business. If you understand the language of finance, you have a better chance at business. If you understand sales, marketing, persuasion, you have a better chance at increasing your bottom line. If you have skills in leadership, you're gonna have the skill to retain and onboard high quality employees and team members, right? So all of these things have a ripple effect in your life, and you're only going to get in life what you deserve. You're only going to get in life what you deserve. You're not going to get more, you're not going to get less. You're going to get exactly in proportion to your actions, your mindset, and your thoughts, because that's where everything stems from. I have a viral video that says, where somebody asked me, what is the greatest piece of advice you've ever received? And all of you here have heard it. And I said that everything begins in the mind, that your thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to behaviors, behaviors leads to lifestyle, and lifestyle determines your destiny. So if you want to control your destiny, you have to control your mind. If you want to control your future, you have to control your present moment. That's about it for me. Do I have water here? I don't have water. Probably go get some water. Um, yeah, somebody said it. The life that you have is the life that you chose. It fucking hurts. It hurts, but it's real. Anyways, my friends, it's been a great time here hanging out with you. I don't know. How long have we been going? How long is this live? I haven't been really informed. We have new features on Instagram. It's funny because the person that made a ton of money and is fat is actually watching this live. Shout out to you. Text me if you're seeing this so I can make sure that you're actually watching. Uh, let me bring Moritz on here. Fuck it. Let me bring this little nerd up here. Cool kid. Let's see if he has any advice on crypto.
Mm.
Hey,
Yo,
what's up?
yo.
What's up, bro?
Doing very well, man. How's everything going your side?
What time is it for you?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. All right,
Yeah,
question for you.
go ahead.
Uh, question for you. Question for you. What is the most important thing for people that are 18, 19, 20 that want to get in crypto? You know, they're getting out of uni, or they're in uni, or they're in high school. They see people making money your age, but they lack confidence. They lack the ability to network. They lack a good understanding. Where do these people get started?
I think there's so much like access to content online. Like even you now, you have your free group. Like there's so much stuff you can learn for free. I think people like they say that there's not enough information, but in reality, there's too much information. Like, if you just be able to dissect and find a couple good sources of information, just follow a few good channels on Twitter, follow a few good YouTubers, and just learn from there. Like that's how
What
I
do you
did it. That's how
What do
everyone
you
I
think
know that.
about what do you think about the AIXBT account?
I think it's good, but it's also limited because it's still trained like on data from other accounts. Like, it's just basically regurgitating the feed and kind of condensing it. So I think it's good, but it also gets fed a lot of garbage and it just shit posts quite a lot as well. Like if you really like follow it, it says some good things, but it's still pretty primitive, I
So where
guess. And like
So
you can
where does information come from as a fresh resource if it's not on Twitter or X? Does it come from private groups? Does it come from your ability to like
hundred
actually get
hundred yeah,
into
yeah.
the circles that have the information? What's the advice?
100%. It's in-person events. I mean, going to like crypto events for me has been huge. I just came back from Hong Kong, spent a lot of time with even the person you've been talking about earlier in the live. Yeah, there's a bunch of at these crypto events. Just going there, getting to meet people in person because physical relationships are always
Do you think if we
strong.
would have been in a different, do you think if we would have been in Dubai during Trump, we would have caught it as
Hundred
opposed to being
percent.
in Colombia
Yeah, yeah.
where we didn't
No,
catch
yeah,
it the same way?
yeah, yeah.
That's
Hundred percent. We would
I
have
was
caught
actually
it.
thinking about that
Yeah,
yesterday because
yeah,
I was thinking about the importance of the right circles, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I would have gotten different information, at least different points
yeah.
of value had I been in a different physical location during that.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the people like you surround yourself with because crypto is a team game. Like even in industries like ecom, like you can meet with some other ecom guys, and there's very little that they can like actionably do for you. Like sure, they might give you some winning ad strategy or something like that, but crypto is really like a team game in terms of alpha, in terms of spotting narratives early, in terms of knowing people. Like it's a team game, and cabals win in crypto. Like it's not a solo game. So if you're sitting there by yourself, like go join some groups. Go message some people that are in those groups. Go give them some value, get some value back. Like, you can't play the game alone in any business, especially in crypto. You're going against very organized, I call it syndicates of people that are working on these projects, that are promoting these projects, that are, trading against you. It's a PvP game. So, do you want to align yourself and be alone, or do you want to join a winning team?
You want to join a winning team, it's key, super important. Oh, can you hear me?
Right? Yeah, I can hear
Yeah, I had that person text me. Is like, yeah, I'm watching you. That's
you.
so funny. But yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to him. We've been having good conversation. I'm proud of him seeing us come up as well. But like I said, it all comes down to being in the right room at the right time with the right people. And for people that are young, you're already making money when you're 17, 18 in high school and shit like that. What is your advice for people that lack confidence, where they see, somebody that's 25, 30, 35, 40, and they have to go interact with these people? How does a young person without a lot of experience or insane level of reputation, how do they get into the room and how do they stay in the room
Yeah.
in order to have
In
access
terms
to
of
the best
I
people?
think the confidence thing, a lot of people are super heavily skewed because on social media you get these echo chambers of survivorship bias. Like people will look at me and like, okay, they're 20 and they're looking at me at 18, and I might have more money than them, or more higher verticals than them, and it's easy to beat yourself up over that. But if you succeed at 30, at 35 instead of 21, like the internet makes it seem like everyone is successful at 21. Realistically, it's only a small group of people, and they probably have less money than you think. And if and they are successful, it's still 1,000 people tried the same thing, but they're going to achieve the results 5 years later. So if you achieve your results at 25, 30, like, which is probably most people watching this are younger than that, like you still have time. Like don't beat yourself up looking at all these people online. Like we're part of the problem. You have all these online people that
Bro,
we
I'm not
showed
part of the
results.
problem, bro. You're part of the problem, bro. I'm 29, bro. I'm an age
But
man,
still,
bro.
but 29 is super, bro. Like 20 years ago, it wasn't even possible. Like it was literally not possible to be worth 8 figures, 9 figures at that age. Like you had to work your way up. And now you have these kids that are, my age, 18, 19, 20-year olds that are making a shit ton of money. And it's easy to look at that and like beat yourself up over it. But just know it's a survivorship bias, and you're playing your own game. Like, you're not playing the same game as someone
So
else. So I think, just
what is the attitude? What is the attitude and the mindset that one should have in when they want to access these rooms? How should they be perceived? How should they conduct themselves in order to not be considered some underage clown?
yeah. So it's how you conduct yourself. It's how you dress. Like even now, I'm sitting. I just came back from a dinner. Like I'm a lot of 18-year-olds now. They're wearing design, or they're wearing stupid shit. Like I try. I am younger, so you have to kind of make up for that in different ways. Read a lot, get the knowledge of someone that's 20 years older than you. Dress at least somewhat the part. Act somewhat the part. If you act like a kid, you can get treated like a kid. If you act like someone serious, and then you'll get treated like that. So don't. undervalue yourself. Play your cards, like, make it clear who you are. I think, transparency is always key. Don't lie, don't overinflate, don't, no, don't be snaky. Reputation in this game is so important in such a small world. Realistically, like, it seems like everyone is in this world just because we're living in it, and the people watching it here, there's really only like 10,000 people that I think are, under 30 years old, that are doing like actual good numbers. It's a super small world. Like, you're one connection away from anyone in this world. Like, once you even reach like any decent level of money or status, like, you're literally one connection away from anyone in this industry. So reputation and word spreads really fast. If you snake people, if you're inauthentic, like, that goes really, really quickly, and word will spread very quickly. And play the long game with everything you do. Think long term. Like, yeah, it's easy to make a quick 10K. Like, you can go, pump some random coin and do something and cash out 500K. But like, who cares? Like, go in the long term. And it's easy to look at people, and like, touching on what we touched earlier, like, it's easy to look at people and be jealous, but don't be envious or jealous, but same time use it to fool you. Like, I look at people like you, that you have a lot more money and a lot more success in multiple metrics than me. Like, I don't look at that with hate. I look at it like, I can't wait to get to that level. Like, look at it as terms of inspiration, not terms of hate. Like, you'll see people in a life, people just say stupid shit, and they'll talk about some Johnny Walker say, "Well, I studied," or whatever it is, but they're looking at it from the complete wrong angle. There's so many bits of value. Like, and I can say so in person. Like, I used to watch Luke's content years ago, and now I'm in a position where I consider him a friend and a mentor. Instead of you level up from the game. There's gonna be plenty of people now that are watching this live. Then in a couple of years, will know Luke, will know me, because they actually took the actionables. And some people will sit here, fuck around, say some stupid memes, and then in the end nothing will come of it. Like, it's in the end, it's your choice. Like, you can make of it what you want to make of it. So take the information and act on it.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your net worth, more or less, ballpark? I know it's been
Uh,
fluctuating
se-
last week.
Yes, 7 figures, but I've lost. I can say a good house in the last month.
Just one house?
Yeah, I know
I'm down like
you're down. You're down.
I'm
You're a
down a
couple
couple
Bugattis. I know.
I'm
Yeah.
down a couple Bugattis, bro.
Like, one day I'll be there too. One day I'll be there too.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything is possible, my friends. Moritz, I'll be seeing you in a couple hours, bro. And yeah, South Africa, here we come.
Safe travels,
Appreciate you
brother.
joining, bro.
See you soon.
Thanks for
Cheers,
the
boys.
advice.
Of course, of course. Cheers, everyone. Have a good one.
So you can take guys that really desire success and invest into them. I don't pour into many people at a personal level because most people don't truly want to succeed. But the ones that really want to succeed, you'll find that there's people further along the journey that want to bring you with them, and show you how to grow. And if you're intentional, you're respectful, and you are humble about who you are and not overinflated. Like, nobody's looking at an 18-year-old, right? Or a 19-year-old and being like, oh wow, that's not how it works. You earn your stripes and you position yourself in the right way. And people that are further beyond you, they will look at you and be like, hey, I want to elevate this person. I want to work with this person. I want to mentor this person. And you see it in so many areas of life where successful people bring people along the journey. It's called the come up, right? You guys have heard about the come up. And the come up is a lot easier and a lot better when other people are helping you in that journey. If you're in the come up by yourself, it's tough. You got to learn things by yourself. You got to make mistakes by yourself. You got to use your own money, your own connections. When you tap in, then everything becomes easier. So whether it's a network, whether it's the people you listen to, the people you learn from, the community that you're part of, it's all extremely important. And everything that you do in life either adds or subtracts, takes away from your goals. So the question is, are your current actions today adding, compounding to your goals, or are they taking away? That's it. Am I doing what I'm doing today? Is it stealing from my goal, or is it giving to my goal? And if it's stealing from your goal, then it's called self-sabotage. And most of life has come from self-sabotage. Most of people's realities stem from a place of self-sabotage. And they're not even aware that they're sabotaging. They simply exist in a state where they're never doing the optimal thing. So, yeah. Let's see here. Somebody said, "Are you going to Nigeria?" No, brother, it's not in my plans. Nigeria's not in my playbook anytime soon, but maybe. I actually have a godson. I have a godson in Nigeria. I think he's Nigerian. I could be mistaken, but his name is Belmar Baraka, or Baraka Belmar. But he's my godson. I have to show it to you guys soon. Pretty cool. It's like 4 years old. But anyways, we're headed to South Africa, and we're going to be putting together another Capital Club mastermind, the first one in Africa ever. So if you're in Europe, which we probably won't be visiting this year, just kidding, might do a little summer trip, but when it comes to work, we won't be crossing Europe. So if you're in Europe and you're listening to this, you have to make your way down to South Africa for the Capital Club event in March. It'll only be access to 30 to 40 entrepreneurs. I know it's not a lot. I know it's not a lot, but I don't have space. And two, I want it to be more like a party. So I'm gonna make sure it's good. Can't talk a lot about it here, but invitations will be going out and access to tickets will be available at some point in the near future. So start looking for tickets to South Africa if you're trying to stay. It's quite cheap, I think, to fly in and then also to stay. But if you're an entrepreneur, you have to do exactly what Moritz just said. You have to get in the room, bro. You have to get in the room. You have to position yourself with the right people. You have to go learn from the right experts. You have to go and connect with people on the same level that you are so you can cross pollinate information, access resources, and you're going to do a lot better. You're going to do a lot better. So that's about it for this live stream. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll be catching you guys somewhere in the metaverse. But not too bad for first time back online in quite a couple months. I'll be catching you guys on YouTube very soon, and we'll be in touch. Hey, and remember one thing: if you're using the internet to joke around, using the internet to fuck around, just know that across the keyboard, there's somebody making tens of millions of dollars on your bitch ass. So keep your jokes to yourself and go use the internet to make some money. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.